The leader of China, Xi Jinping, is set to be given a historic third term in power this weekend.
China will hold a military parade in early September to mark the 80th anniversary of the victory in the Chinese People's War of Resistance.
Our next story is about China, a country that is often slammed for its invasive technologies and surveillance practices. And now Beijing is said to be working on a spy drone. Experts fear this could give China a surveillance advantage during a possible military confrontation.
There's a storm brewing in Beijing. And no, it's not the kind you can see on a satellite map. It's not a protest, not a policy shift. It's something far more dangerous. It's technological. In just days, China's next military parade will hit the world's screens. But this time, it's not about soldiers goose-stepping across Tiananmen Square, or tanks thundering past crowds, or jet trails painting patriotic arcs in the sky. This one's different. Because buried beneath the red flags and regimental chants is a revelation, a display that might go down as the moment China publicly crossed a line the West has only feared in classified briefings. Leaked documents from PLA-adjacent defense circles hint at a showcase like nothing we've ever seen before. Imagine this: hypersonic drones, so fast they blur, so smart they reroute mid-flight to chase fleeing targets. EMP payloads designed not just to shut down a city, but to black out entire continents in a single silent pulse. Quantum communication arrays, so untouchable, even the NSA can't listen in. And even if they could, the message would be gone before they blinked. And that's just the opening act. This isn't a military parade anymore. It's a power play, a geopolitical chess move broadcast in 4K to every nation on Earth. A signal from Beijing that says, we've stopped trying to catch up. Now we lead. And if what we're hearing is even half true, then what's about to roll across the streets of Beijing will shake the Pentagon, stun NATO, and send ripple effects through every defense ministry from Seoul to Washington. This is Race to Space, where we don't cover the war that's already begun. We cover the one you're not supposed to see yet. So strap in. Because when the parade starts, the balance of power may never march back. No early warning radars, no satellite feeds, no nuclear launch communication, no orders, no counterstrikes. Just silence. That's not a scene from a dystopian sci-fi film. It's the scenario being quietly simulated in US war games right now. Why? Because China's new electromagnetic warfare platforms, rumored to be featured in the upcoming parade, aren't just capable of localized disruptions. They're engineered to blanket entire regions with EMP pulses, frying military-grade electronics, disabling GPS, jamming drones mid-flight, and even corrupting hardened command networks. All without firing a shot. This year's parade won't just be for show. It'll be a clear warning. China isn't building toward future warfare. It is future warfare. One of the most anticipated unveilings is a new class of hypersonic drones, allegedly faster, stealthier, and more intelligent than anything the world's seen. These aren't scaled-up RC planes. They're fully autonomous strike systems with AI-driven targeting, capable of exceeding Mach 7, skimming the atmosphere and weaving through missile defenses like phantoms. What sets them apart? They can change course in real-time mid-flight. Even America's current THAAD and Aegis systems weren't built to catch something that fast and that unpredictable. If paraded openly, these drones will not just impress, they will terrify, because they imply something darker. The age of slow, predictable missile trajectories is over. The age of maneuverable, hypersonic AI hunters has arrived. For decades, military planners feared the hypothetical. What if an enemy could turn off an army's electronics mid-battle? Well, China might have built that nightmare. According to analysts, the PLA's upcoming display includes airborne and ground-based EMP delivery systems. These are not the crude EMP bombs of yesteryear. These are precision pulse systems designed to knock out battlefield radars, disable drone swarms, black out naval systems, and perhaps most chilling, permanently blind satellites and early warning networks. If just one of these systems were deployed over the Taiwan Strait or South China Sea, it could neutralize every ship and aircraft in the area within seconds. And here's the catch. These EMP weapons can ride on hypersonic vehicles. In other words, you won't know they're coming until your entire screen goes black. Another rumored parade highlight: mobile quantum communication platforms. If this is true, and there's growing evidence to suggest it is, China might have just pulled off the military tech equivalent of splitting the atom. Quantum communication is not just encryption, it's unbreakable. Thanks to the principles of quantum entanglement, any attempt to intercept or alter a message instantly destroys it. This means orders cannot be spoofed, data cannot be stolen, command chains cannot be jammed. Even if the US deploys cyber warfare tools, decoy satellites, or global SIGINT assets, they'd be blind. The PLA would operate in a digital bubble of invincibility. And if China is parading mobile versions of these quantum nodes, that's more than tech flexing. That's military supremacy in the communication age. Parades historically are about pride, about pageantry, but this one is different. What China is about to unveil isn't ornamental, it's operational. These systems are already being quietly integrated across the PLA's command architecture. The hypersonic drones, reportedly deployed along the East China Sea, the EMP platforms, mounted on stealth drones and rumored naval platforms, the quantum comms linked to China's Beidou constellation and AI war clouds like DeepSeek. In other words, these aren't concepts, they're here. And here's the chilling part: the world's biggest militaries, especially the US, are years behind. This isn't about Beijing trying to impress its citizens. It's about broadcasting to Washington, Tokyo, and NATO capitals. You are no longer the tech leaders, we are, and they're doing it on a global stage. The optics alone will reshape international defense policy. Satellite footage, missile fans analyzing booster size, intelligence analysts comparing chassis, lengths, and emission signals. Every detail from this parade will be scrutinized by every war room on Earth, because it's not just about what China is showing, it's about what they're not showing. If this is the public arsenal, what remains classified? As of now, the US relies on human operators for battlefield decisions, maintains legacy GPS networks, and uses encryption methods that quantum tech could shatter in seconds. Yes, America has hypersonic programs, but most are still in the prototype phase. EMP defense, limited, quantum communication, years away from battlefield integration. So, as China rolls out a parade of operational next-gen weapons, the Pentagon faces an uncomfortable question. Can we actually stop this? Or will America's next conflict begin already lost? This year's PLA parade will be watched by billions, broadcast in high definition, marched with precision, missiles gleaming under the sun, robots marching in lockstep, drones hovering in perfect silence. The world will see spectacle, ceremony, strength, but don't be fooled by the choreography. Don't just admire the synchronized salutes or the freshly painted hardware. Look deeper. This is Race to Space, where we strip away the flags, the slogans, and the parades to show you what's really marching forward. So if today's broadcast gave you chills, good. Because the next time China rolls out a new arsenal, it might not come with a band. It might not come with music. It might come in silence, with satellites offline, fleets adrift, and cities in the dark, before the world even knows it's begun. Subscribe now, because the next parade might end with a blackout.
U.S. copies Chinese HQ-22 missile to train pilots for intense real-world combat. In a significant development for defense industry and military preparedness, a U.S. company has successfully created a surrogate and exact replica of the Chinese HQ-22 surface-to-air missile system. This surrogate model, created by Torch Technologies Integration and Prototyping Center, is intended to support the U.S. Air Force and allied forces in studying, training against, and developing countermeasures for one of China's most advanced medium to long-range air defense systems. The HQ-22, known by NATO as the CHSA-20 and also exported as the FK-3, is a modern Chinese SAM system designed by Jiangnan Space Industry, part of China Aerospace Science and Industry Corporation Limited CASIC. It represents a key advancement from earlier Chinese air defenses like the HQ-12 and HQ-2, with enhanced range, guidance technologies, and multi-target engagement capabilities. This isn't the first instance of the U.S. Air Force incorporating a replica of a Chinese surface-to-air missile system into its training program. Back in July, the service publicly unveiled a surrogate HQ-16 target vehicle designed to enhance advanced pilot training. The mock system was displayed at the Experimental Aircraft Association's annual Air Venture Show at Whitman Regional Airport in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. The HQ-22 missile system features mobile, truck-mounted launchers typically consisting of 4 missiles each, mounted on heavy 8x8-wheeled vehicles. Each battery usually comprises multiple launchers and a multifunction radar system, notably the H-200 radar, capable of tracking and engaging up to 6 targets simultaneously with 12 missiles in flight provision. The missiles themselves have a range generally reported between 100 to 150 kilometers, capable of intercepting aircraft, helicopters, drones, and cruise missiles at altitudes from as low as 50 meters up to about 27,000 meters. Guidance is achieved through a dual method. For the early phase, command radio guidance directs the missile via ground systems, shifting to semi-active radar homing, specifically tracked by a missile TVM mode in the terminal phase. This combined guidance improves the missile's resistance to electronic countermeasures and enhances accuracy against agile or stealthy targets. The missiles are launched at an angle, inclined launch from transport launch containers, facilitating rapid reload and protected storage during transport. The launcher vehicles feature self-contained power systems and are built on platforms with significant cross-country mobility and an operational range of up to 800 kilometers. The H-200 radar uses a digitally controlled phased array antenna, allowing rapid beam steering and simultaneous tracking/guidance of multiple threats, enhancing battlefield situational awareness and engagement efficiency. The HQ-22 system was publicly unveiled at the 2016 China International Aviation and Aerospace Exhibition and entered service with the People's Liberation Army Air Force around 2019. It was designed to replace older, less capable systems and to offer China a cost-effective but highly capable medium to long-range air defense layer comparable in function to US Patriot or Russian S-300 missile systems, though with some operational differences and advantages in electronic warfare resistance. Notably, the export variant FK-3 has been sold internationally. Serbia received FK-3 batteries in 2019, marking one of the first sales of Chinese long-range air defense systems to a European country. In 2019, Serbia placed an order for the FK-3 system. In 2020, U.S. officials warned Belgrade against purchasing Chinese missile systems, stating that for Serbia to pursue membership in the EU and other Western alliances, it would need to align its military equipment with Western standards. These countries feared that the FK-3's advanced phased array radar could detect all NATO aircraft activities near Serbia. The delivery of the FK-3 was completed in 2022 through a large-scale airlift operation using Chinese Y-20 transport planes, marking it as the largest shipment of Chinese weapons to Europe. Serbia's Ministry of Defense has announced that the country's airspace control and protection capabilities have been significantly improved with the integration of the Chinese FK-3 air defense missile system. This advanced system, which is an export variant of China's HQ-22 surface-to-air missile system, is a major upgrade for the Republic of Serbia's Air Force and air defense. In a press release published on December 30th, the ministry said that the FK-3 air defense system provides advanced protection for Serbia's skies. The system includes a command center vehicle, missile launchers, radar systems, and logistics support vehicles, creating a comprehensive air defense network. It is designed for high mobility, ensuring rapid deployment and flexibility in various operational conditions. According to the US-based think tank, similar to the HQ-22, the FK-3 is said to reach a top speed of Mach 6, although its maximum range is shorter than the HQ-22. Both the FK-3 and HQ-22 systems typically include a radar vehicle and 3 launch vehicles, each capable of carrying 4 interceptor missiles. Additionally, the FK-3 is designed to resist electronic countermeasures and function effectively in high-jamming environments. The system relies on 8x8 vehicles, each transporting 4 vertically launched missiles. China asserts that the FK-3 is the world's only air defense missile to feature a dual-mode guidance system, combining command plus semi-active radar homing guidance with full-course command guidance. This technology allows the FK-3 to deliver high accuracy at both long and short ranges while being highly resistant to interference. After the FK-3 system was delivered in 2022, Chinese experts suggested that certain Western nations had initiated a smear campaign against Serbia, driven by concerns over the possible deployment of a Chinese-made air defense system in Europe. These countries feared that the FK-3's advanced phased array radar could detect all NATO aircraft activities near Serbia. The newly developed surrogate model by the U.S. firm mimics the physical appearance, radar signature, and operational features of the HQ-22 system. While it is not an operational weapon, it serves as a realistic training target and intelligence tool, enabling U.S. operators and defense analysts to better understand the capabilities, operational patterns, and vulnerabilities of the system. Such surrogate systems play a critical role in preparing aircrews and missile defense personnel for potential engagements by providing live or simulated training with realistic enemy air defense emulation. The surrogate assists in testing tactics, countermeasures, electronic warfare techniques, and avionics designed to overcome Chinese air defense layers. According to defense experts, the HQ-22's layered radar and missile engagement zones are sophisticated, presenting a challenge that the U.S. Air Force seeks to replicate and eventually counter effectively through enhanced electronic and kinetic solutions.